Hey, this is Ryan from Dakota Angler and Outfitter, and today we're going to be tying a Kaleidoscope jig. I've got a Hen's 154 jig hook in a size 12 and a 3.5mm slotted tungsten bead, and I'm using 50 denier Semperfli Nano Silk thread. Start your thread at the front, trim off your excess. So, kind of the namesake of this particular pattern, it's kind of just a good attractor all around. Fly, good lead pattern, especially when the water's high locally here. We're going to take about, maybe 10 strands of Krennic Kaleidoscope flash and tie it in for a tail. You can change the color of this to whatever you like as well, but get that tied down. And then we're going to take some 014 Hen's gold wire and tie that in at the same time. You could probably even go a size up on the wire, wouldn't be a bad idea. It's just what I happen to have handy here. But then wrap this all back so we're just before the bend of the hook. And I like kind of straightening this all out now before you need to rib the body with that wire, and it's all tangled up in there. Okay, so now we're going to take 4 pieces of Peacock Herl. And I like buying the peacock stems or the peacock sticks rather than the loose stuff. It seems like it's a little higher quality most of the time. So tie that down. And kind of give this just a little bit of a twist just to make sure nothing comes apart. And wrap that all the way up to the front of the hook. There you go, like that. Do about 2 wraps with this nano silk thread. You can pull on it pretty hard, so you don't need to do a whole lot of extra wraps and make your fly real bulky. Alright. So then we're going to take this wire. You're actually going to rib it. Oops. One piece of Krennic stuck in there. You're going to rib it. Yeah, I'll just pull that one out. Rib it backwards, opposite of the direction you wrap the Peacock Herl. It just traps it down better that way and flies a lot more durable. Probably get 4, maybe 5 wraps on the fly this size. Tie that down. Trim off your extra wire. You could cut that tail, I guess, while we're at this point too. I like the tail pretty short, about 2/3 of the body length maybe. You can kind of fluff the Peacock Herl out if you happen to get any trap down in there. So now we're going to use Brahma hen cape feather. I've already stripped it and kind of gotten it ready, but just taking, got a little kind of a triangle to tie in by there. We got about 3 wraps, tie it down, and taking, oops, that's one thing about these, is they can be a little on the brittle side, but take and kind of pick the feather up and fold all the fibers back. On a bigger feather you could take and use your scissors to kind of fold them, but on these smaller ones I haven't had the best luck doing that sometimes. So let's start wrapping this. There's kind of a fine line between how hard you can pull on it and still get the feathers folded back the direction you need. Kind of just the more you work with those feathers too, the better they respond. It seems like just the more times you kind of push them to where they need to be, the better they sit. Alright, so we got that tied in. Was that a good 2 wraps? Probably plenty for that. And take and trim off the excess of that feather stem. If you have any real crazy fibers, I try and save them here, so just fold them back and tie it down. If you can't get them, just take and give them a little cut. And then go ahead and take and whip finish. Real simple fly. Works good. I think it has a lot of movement between that tail and the hackle in the water, and the fish seem to really like it. I actually catch a lot of fish on flies like this when they, at the end of your drift, swinging up. So you come to the end of your drift and you kind of come tight to your fly and it's swinging up towards the surface, and you get a lot of fish that grab it then. So give her a try. Thanks.